Good morning. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through step by step how to set up a Google Hangout for your colleagues. I've used them quite extensively and gotten a lot of work done, collaborative work done with colleagues, worked on documents, had discussions, meetings. Really is actually a very handy collaborative tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here into the URL, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Hangouts. Okay, and that popped up because obviously I've gone a number of times, but what you're going to type is you're going to type in hangouts.google.com. You hit enter, and there we are to the Google Hangouts page. All right, now you've got a number of options here. By the way, nobody gets to make fun of my real name, but you've got a couple of options here. You could send a message to someone, you can have an internet call with them, or you can have a Google Hangout. For our purposes today, what's going to happen is we'll set up a Google Hangout. On the side over here, you'll see other Hangouts that I've had recently. But anyway, you're going to click on the video call, and it takes you to a whole other page, and where it says enter a Hangout name on the side over here in that blue rectangle, or in that blue box, you're going to type in English, let's say English Subject Council. Okay, you're going to give your Google Hangout a name. You're going to hit the arrow. So what happens is that is creating the English Subject Council Google Hangout. Now, when you get to this page, you're going to see you have a number of different options. I'm going to show you first how to invite people to your Google Hangout, and then I'll take you through a few options that you have while you're in here, okay? But for our purposes, let's hit invite people. And what you're going to see is a couple of things on this particular dialog box. What you're going to see is over here in this field, you've got the name or the link to this permanent Google Hangout. So if you wanted to, after you've invited people and you've had your Google Hangout, you can always go back to this particular link and continue the meeting. So we've started a meeting today, we don't finish all the items, and so I say to everybody, okay, let's meet again tomorrow. So rather than creating a whole other Hangout, all you have to do is make sure that you go back to this particular link, and it'll take you right back into this particular Google Hangout. Bear in mind, nothing's recorded or retained. It's just in the moment. It's just that the Hangout itself is what remains permanent. Okay, so where it says send invite as Lou Panessa, I'm going to add a name. So for example, I am going to invite Diane. I am going to invite the not so retired Lori. And I think that's about it. It's going to be a small meeting for today. I'm going to hit invite. Okay, and what's going to happen is an email will go to both Diane and to Lori with this link, right? And so all they have to do is when they get the link is they click on the link, and then what happens on my end of things is I get a request from them to either accept them or to reject them from the Google Hangout. Obviously, I don't want to be rejecting them because I just invited them, so I'm going to hit accept. And what will happen after that is you will see them along the bottom here, okay? So just like you can see me in my office early one morning, you're going to be able to see all the participants in your meeting lined up along the bottom here. It's my understanding that Google will be able to support at least 15 to 20 people in a Hangout. So there is a lot of room for a lot of different people to be part of this video conference that I've set up here, okay? Or part of the video conference that you set up for yourself. A couple of different options for you. If you'll notice over here on the right is a group chat. Now, how do I open that up? I'm just going to close it for now to show you how to open it up. If you look over here at the top of the screen, right beside the Google, if you click on that, okay, what it's going to do for you is it will open up the group chat. All right, and in the group chat, what you can do is you can set up a rule basically where, maybe somebody's got an idea they want to go back to, but someone's presenting or someone's speaking, you don't want to interrupt them. So what you can do is over here in the chat is you can prompt people to either ask questions or what did you mean when you said that text was difficult to obtain, right? So you add that question in. Now, there could be somebody who is able to respond to that's part of the meeting, and they may feel prompted to respond to it. So, for example, it is out of circulation. So it is hard to find. You hit enter, and somebody's answered the question, or if nobody's answered the question, the moderator of the Google Hangout can always go back and respond to the question. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show you how that works. So if you really have something burning to say, but you don't want to interrupt someone, because when someone speaks in a Google Hangout, they're the ones that show up in the big box. Okay, if you're quiet or you've put your computer on mute, you're just going to remain down here, and so you're not quite an active participant in terms of speaking, but you always still have the option of asking questions or carrying on a conversation, hopefully that is related to what's being discussed over here in the chat feature. Okay, so I'm just going to close that up right now. Now, I want to show you a couple of other things that you kind of need to know. Over here, this particular icon is the invite people icon. So let's say you wanted to invite a few more people to the Google Hangout. You can always go to this icon. It opens this up. You type in the names, and you're good as gold. Let's say you want to mute your computer, because like I said, when you make a noise or you make a sound, if you cough, whatever, you will go from being here when somebody else is speaking to being on the big screen. So let's say you're coughing, you don't necessarily want everybody to see you cough. So what you may do is mute your microphone. So when it's red, it's on mute. When it's black, it means that your audio is going to go through into the Hangout. Now, sometimes what you might do is maybe you're being interrupted, or you need a moment, you can't be on screen, whatever. What you're going to do is you can turn your camera off. And I did that. I was silent because I didn't know whether you would actually catch me, but actually you would, because I'm recording this on a separate device. But anyway, you could turn off your camera, and what happens is your profile picture will show up on the bottom. And when you're ready to return to the Google Hangout, you click on the camera and you're back and you're good as gold. Over here, and I really don't expect anybody to really be using it, but I'm going to show you anyway. Over here, you can adjust the HD. All right, I would leave it alone. I wouldn't even bother with it. The limit bandwidth, all of this stuff. I wouldn't even bother with it, to be honest with you. I've never used it. I've never bothered with it, so I wouldn't let you. I wouldn't be consumed with it or anything like that. Over here, this little gear is settings. So if you are having a problem with maybe sound or your camera, you might want to go in here to make sure that everything is set up. Oops. Let's just click here and see, so that everything is set up on whatever microphone that you have installed or that you're using in your laptop. Okay, these are the different settings for all of that. Again, honestly, I've never used it. And if you're using a Chromebook right now or a laptop, which you've had maybe your tech take a look at prior to your Hangout, you should be okay. So I'm just going to hit cancel to get out. And then this one here is to, I guess, leave the call or to leave the Google Hangout. Honestly, I typically just click the tab off and I'm gone. Okay. One last thing that I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you, and this is advanced Google technique. I'm going to show you one last thing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is for example, let's say I want to show the group a nifty new website, or I want to show them a document that we're working on. Okay, what I'm going to do, for example, is see this tab here. I want to show everybody a website that I'm building using Google Sites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this tab, and I'm going to kind of pull it out. Okay, so now it's a separate window. All right, so I'm out, and I want to go back to my Hangout over here. Okay, and I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the page off, and basically what I've done is I just click on the link, and I hold, and I pull it off, and now it's become a separate tab. You can always just open up Chrome browser again and go to the document or to the website that you want to go to to do this. But that's the easiest way for me to do it, especially if I've got the tab open. Then what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to go back to my Hangout link. I'm going to click on this over here, which says Screen Share. So I'm clicking on the Screen Share, and what you can see are the windows that you've got open, okay, or the tabs that you've got open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Curriculum Updates. That's what I want to show the group. So I'm clicking on that. I click on Share, and I'm going to make this window a little bit bigger. So now what you can see is in the bottom corner here is the website that I've gone to, or the document that I want to share with people. What other people are going to see is they're going to see this, but it's going to be on the big screen. So what I can do is as I can continue the Hangout, I'm going to be working with this. And what I can do now is I can just be taking them through the website, pointing out different features. I can even show them how to use different things. Okay, they're going to hear me. They're not going to see me. What they're going to see is what I'm working through here. Okay, so I could show them a website, or maybe we're all working on a PowerPoint together or a slide deck together. Okay, they're going to be able to see what I'm doing on the slides. Other people could be working on different slides as well. As long as the Hangout is open, you're going to at least be able to hear each other in the Hangout. The moderator, of course, who is obviously sharing, is not going to be able to do that. Going to go back. Okay, and so basically that's it. When I want to end the screen share, I hit stop, and that takes me back to over here. Okay, so that's a little bit of a tutorial on how to create a Google Hangout. Obviously, in our Subject Council a chair meeting, we're going to do a demonstration of it, and if anyone wants to maybe give it a go ahead of time, I'm more than happy to set up a Google Hangout with you, or you're going to set one up with me so we can make sure that you're able to do it. But thank you very much for your patience, and I hope you have a great day. Now, to get out of the Google Hangout, I am just going to click on the X, and it's over, and I'm back, and I can carry on with the 4,552 emails that I need to answer. So thank you very much, and have a great day.